Hey guys, it's Godbars here, the self-proclaimed hip-hop historian, and this is the 280th episode of my series where I grab a vinyl from my collection, talk about why I love it, what influence it has, and what its place is in the grand scheme of hip-hop. So, Das Racist was a relatively short-lived, yet extremely talented and enigmatic hip-hop act that was made up of Heems and Cool AD, who handled all the group's production and rapping, along with Dapwell or Dap, who more or less filled in the role of hype man for the trio, which I always found super dope considering how essential that position was in the earlier days of the genre. And while there are certain veterans who still keep that flame intact through live shows and records like Spliff Star, Busta Rhymes Hype Man, the practice seemed to pretty much completely have fallen out of style over the years. Both of the MCs in this group have pretty extensive solo discographies, and despite probably being best known for their work in Das Racist, they also each took part in other acts, with Cool AD being a member of the indie alternative power pop band Boy Crisis, and Heems acting as one half of the super underrated hip-hop duo Sweatshop Boys, alongside producer Redinho and Riz MC, better known as Riz Ahmed, who has an insanely successful acting career, with numerous Emmys, Golden Globes, and other Academy Awards under his belt. One of the main commonalities between Sweatshop Boys and Das Racist is how the various individuals in both are all at least partially of Indian descent, which plays a key role in many of the influences and sample choices that you'll hear on an EP like Sufi Law, or the project we're focusing on today, which was DR's third and unfortunately final full-length studio album, 2011's Relax. While this thing is full of experimental, fun, and creative moments, I have to admit I do slightly prefer the first two albums that these guys dropped in 2010, which are Shut Up Dude and Sit Down Man respectively, but those have been much more difficult to find on vinyl for a reasonable price from my experience. The debut is probably my favorite LP of theirs, and while the first two mixtapes feature a decent amount of tracks where they rapped over legendary, iconic beats by the likes of Dipset or RZA and Ghostface Killah, Relax shows a bit of growth in maturity and musical identity, creating a batch of instrumentals that blend pop, dance, and various forms of Indian music, resulting in a one-of-a-kind experimental hip-hop listen that still feels like a fresh breath of air over a decade later. Some of the qualities that this album does carry over from Shut Up Dude and Sit Down Man are the shared inherent sense of humor that all the members seem to have, as well as the witty and technically sound rhyme schemes, the enigmatic pool of references they pull from, and an ethos of not taking their own music too seriously, which is something they established from the very beginning, even a good couple of years before their first tape. Because Das Racist had already been taking the internet and music blogosphere by storm with the timeless, so bad it's amazing song, combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. Their biggest official single was definitely Michael Jackson, which was a chaotic banger of a beat accompanied by a bizarre but catchy hook that's sure to get stuck in your head. Some people regarded these guys as a joke act, and made it seem like Heems and Cool AD couldn't spit lyrically dense, interesting verses, and I'm here to prove that notion false, because despite them displaying their skills on the mic plenty of times here, one track on Relax in particular has always stood out to me for having the best verses from both MCs, and that's the song Shut Up Man, which features and is produced by one of my personal goats, El Producto. He too goes off on his guest appearance, but the bars I want to highlight come from the resident members of Das Racist, starting with Cool AD, who puts together some pretty impressive flow patterns here. Starting with Yes Please Test Me, Nestle Chocolate Mix con Leche, Isabel Allende No Comprende, Fight People with Djembes, White Bitches with Hairspray, Which Way Did He Go, Slim Jim Tempeh, Or Henny or Penny Lane or Feather Brain, Cheddar Cane, Leather Interior Range, Inferior Timothy Illyria Strange Theories of Nearly Insane Bleary-Eyed Beardies who's gained sheerly by years of the same fears. It's weird to the same ears whose careers is to aim spears at the gears and the chains, and weird to the ears of the lame squares of the gear and chain set who, perusing their tame losers approvingly named truthers, to losers of games blibbity blibbity blah, hideous all bark, no bite, mama said don't fight, papa said yeah right, sister in the dark with a flashlight. I'm walking through the park in the lamplight. I'm a shark on the land with the landmines, darts in the damn eye of the bull. The mouth is the eyes of the soul is the ass of the brain is the back of the train, back of the bus. Acting and such, crack, discuss. Act with us, or pack it up, or slice the price to twice as nice and jack it up. Who gives a fuck what I'm talking about? Walk it out, knock him out the spot, let him talk it out. Do the wop, baseball bat, all that. Give a fuck about what you want to call that. Then Himachu takes the mic to give us what he does best, which is personable, humorous, he had real struggles with identity, and the hurdles he's had to jump over looking and sounding the way he did coming into the rap game. He hits the ground running with New School, Terror Squad, Terragon, Terror Gods, little white bumps on gold keys, people act like they know me. Finna go back to the old me, people act like they know me. They say I act white but sound black, but act black but sound white, but what's my sound bite supposed to sound like? I think I sound aight, I sound tight. AL, don't worry about how I sound, aight? Wanna make enough to send to cousins in the motherland and Planned Parenthood at home, which is my other land. Confused, wish I had a hovercraft to crash, I'd love that, man. My brother said I could cop one for 100 grand. 100 grand is all I need, 100 is enough for me to twist some weed, make some funnies with my beats, some more money with my G's, 500,000 in rupees, y'all know heems. As I mentioned earlier, one of the featured artists on Relax comes in the form of LP, but we also get guest appearances from the likes of Despot, Anand Wilder, Burkham Singh, and Danny Brown. L was also one of the producers who contributed an instrumental to the project, but he was nowhere near the only one, as he was accompanied on that roster by Patrick Wimberly, Anand Wilder, Blood Diamonds, Diplo, Dash Speaks, J-Law, Rostam Batmanglish, Francis Farewell Starlight, along with Heems and Kool AD themselves. For my honorable mentions on this one, I decided to shout out tracks like Relax, Brand New Dance, Girl, Selena, Happy Rappy, Power, and The Trick. Then when it comes down to the overall top 3 tracks on here, I would definitely have to go with Michael Jackson, Shut Up Man, and Rainbow in the Dark. Thank you for watching my 280th video. Next up, we have a very talented Detroit rapper who seems to just be getting better and better with age. So look for that episode, and if you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what your favorite moments off this diverse rap experience are. Don't forget to have a great day, and I'll see you next time, okay? Alright.